Yes. Yes, yes, y'all. To the break, y'all. To the break of dawn. Yes, yes, y'all. Hello. Well, hello. Hello. You know what it is, y'all. You know what it is. It's time for coffee break. Come on in. Welcome to group. You know what to do, you guys. Parking. I think they say parking's free after 9, but you got to get in here before 9 because all the good spots are taken, like the broken meter with the bag over it. You got to get in there early, yo. Welcome. I'm always adding new things to the show. You see this drawing over here? If you boop that with your phone, you go directly to my mailing list. I've been experimenting with a new mailing list. I have a MailChimp mailing list. Please sign up. Uh, the first iteration of the mailing list had a lot of like info I didn't really need on it, like addresses and stuff. I think if I'm going to mail you something, I'll ask you if you want mail. So I took that off. So I think right now it just has your name, your email address, and your birth date. So you might get a special shout out from me on your birthday. Who knows? Your wildest dreams may come true. Welcome. Thank you, Mama Carla. You know that's old, right? That's from 2018. But I just got a memory on my Facebook today. It was my acceptance speech for winning the Dwayne McDuffie Award um, for Leon, Protector of the Playground. And I think it's kind of apropos because it's still Black History Month, and Dwayne McDuffie's name has been coming up a lot lately because people are still discovering him and his positive work that he put into comics and animation. And they're just like, yo, this dude was for real. So, and I'm still very honored to have received an award that has anything to do with Dwayne. And, since then, I've had some good connection with his wife, who's kind of like runs the state. And, I've always said to Charlotte, if there's anything you guys need, from me, even if it's just, promoting the, honorific, let me know. Yo, it's that day. Is it Thursday? Yeah. Meh, 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 meh. Yeah. Yo, what up? Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. That's really sweet. But yeah, it's crazy. We kind of go through our lives and so many peaks and valleys and highs and lows and crushing lows and amazing highs. And I think if you can find a way to just stay even, I think none of the things will really kind of hurt you too much. I know a lot of people who heap a lot of guilt upon themselves really early, like, oh, I'm this, or I'm a failure, or I should have, a lot of regrets. You know what they say here on, we don't say this, but we're going to, no regrets, y'all. I might have to put that on the Soul Trade Scrabble board. I have all these banners that I could pull up at a moment's notice. So I'll add this one. I think it's important. No regrets. Let that sink in. So what's going on with you guys? It's pretty quiet in here. Sound off. Who's in the room? Let's see those hands. Put your hands where your eyes can. Put your hands where my eyes can see. I always thought that hook was weird. Put your hands where my put your put your hands where my eyes can see. Yo, what up, Jerry Kraft? You ready for it? You know my best bud, Jerry Kraft. Newbery Medal award winning Jerry Kraft, New York Times best-selling Jerry Kraft, first base Jerry Kraft, second base Jerry Kraft, shortstop Jerry Kraft. What up, bro? What's going on today? It's good to see you, my man. I see a whole lot of superstars up here tonight. Um, Yo, what up? No, no, notorious JRD. You know JRD, internet sensation J. Robert Deans. Well, hello. Fletch says, I'm seeing closed captions on the feed. Is that new? Is my Philly drawl so bad they got to put closed captions? I had nothing to do with that. Maybe you just click something on your feed. I'm sure you could turn those off. Let me take my John off of here. I'll pull that up when I need to. But yeah, sign up for the mailing list. I have a thing that I'm doing, and maybe I'll talk about it here. I don't want to turn Coffee Break with Jay into like the shill hour, but I gotta get mine, yo. Jardy says, "Don't tell Suze." I'm drinking decaf tea. Bro, there's no decaf up in this Humpty Dumpty. There's no decaf up in this Major Falcon, this Mickey Ficky. What's wrong with you? Fix your face. Guys, I've been living in middle grade world. I've been living in my head in fourth to sixth grade, um, doing a lot of edits on Leon Extraordinary. I'm writing Leon the you don't know the name of the second one. Let's get through the first one first, and then I'll tell you about the second one. But I'm writing that too, and I'm just kind of like being in the space with like kids and um just kind of like really just like drinking in, just being somebody who tells stories using kids' voices. And wait, hold on. JRD says, had coffee with Gallagher today and earlier. We got to be careful with the numbers. Oh, yeah, you got to watch your sugar, bro. I feel you. Sip of coffee. Got my first sip of the night. Where's my sippers graphic? Sip of coffee for my man, John Gallagher. My co-conspirator in Brother Through Comics. Um, you may know John Gallagher from such hits as, you remember indie sensation comic Buzz Boy. Well, John is now making waves in the kid lit world with his new book Max Meow: Cat Crusader. He's doing good. He's doing good stuff. I think he's about almost on his fourth book already. So sip of coffee for him. And also, my very first foray into podcasting was with John and our buddy Rich Faber with, say it with me, Comic Book Diner. We're coming through your window. We had so many joints on Comic Book Diner. I loved it. Anybody? Well, I don't know. We got to see how far you go back. Anybody who ever used to listen to Comic Book Diner, put a one in the chat. We'll see. We'll see what kind of fans you guys are in here. Fletch says, I just turned off the closed captioning, but it was impressive how accurate it was. It even wrote regerts correctly. What? Did they have to dial it to West Philly to kind of get my drawl in there? If I said Wooter Ice, it would have messed this up. Yo, Miguel, what up, bro? Miguel, good to see you, my man. Oh yeah, so Miguel is not familiar with Comic Book Diner. JRD with the ones up, put your ones up. Yo, El Jamal, ride or die, Jamal. Yeah, we had it going on, bro. And this is no regrets hour. Um, right? Because everything we do feeds into the next thing. When we started doing that podcast, it was like 2009, something like that. We're doing it a while. Like, yizzer. What up, JoJo? Good to see you. Good to see you, Boo. Yeah. So this thing that we started, it was John, Rich, and myself, and we had set out to do a podcast about the comic book industry without talking about comic books. What a shock! Where our mission, and I think we almost got to a point where we were doing episodes every week, maybe every week and a half, where we talk about the comic book industry. And this is kind of leads into where we are with Pencil to Pencil. because none of us are really interested in what's going on in the Hulk. Like that's kind of not what we signed on for, and we all had very specific expertise. Um, Gallagher started off in really early web comics and self-publishing. Gallagher was doing Buzzboy before I even got into comics. So I remember going to my comic book shop and seeing a poster for Buzzboy, and I was like, "Yo, I never heard of this. Looks like somebody just kind of made it up." And it kind of like sparked my imagination and just like, yeah. And I even met him. I hadn't even met him yet. So he had his angle on the business. And then I come in as a self-publisher and an early web comic guy, and also a self-publisher and also person of color, where I would say real spicy shit on that podcast and talk about stuff that people like now would go, "Oh wow, Jamar was talking about that stuff in like 2009, yo. Nothing's changed." That was me. So even one of our intros, you say something like, "Yo, comic book diner, we coming through your window." It was scary. That was so funny. And our buddy Rich started off in the business as an inker. Some of you guys may have a lot of Rich Faber comics in their collection. He was an inker at DC, and then I think he did stuff all over the map. And his line on business was from being a mainstream guy, and we all kind of made this really interesting conversation triangle, and we talked about current things. What's this Facebook thing they keep talking about? Is that going to be the new face of how we get information out? So I think there's a couple floating around, and I do have an archive. I think I once in a while I'll share a couple of episodes on my Patreon, and it's just and they're really funny, and it's just really interesting to think about that, harkening back to that stuff and what we're doing today. Yo, what up, kidlet? Go to bed. Um, so so what's the sauce this week? What are you guys into? How was everybody's Valentine's Day? Can we talk about that? Let's hear some Valentine's Day stories, or I'm sorry, Valentine's with an M. How did everybody's Valentine's Day go? Am I off base with that? Did we talk about this already? I don't think so. Was last? Yeah, right. So like Monday was Valentine's Day. So yeah, tell me how you guys made out. Pause. And also, I've said if you've been around me anytime where we're talking about holidays and anytime where money, expectations, and emotions are wrapped into it, your mileage may vary, right? Your mileage may vary because not everybody feels the same way. Some people aren't in the same position you are. Pause. Some people aren't just set up for that, or people are bad. What did most deaf say? I had a bad experience. So I wonder how you guys went. Let's sound off. Let me hear what's going on. Jojo, so we didn't have one because Tiff's birthday is the same day. I knew that. Happy birthday, Tiffany Diamonds. JRD says, had a quiet Valentine's. Made a nice dinner for E and the kidlet. What did you make, JRD? I'm interested. JRD says, Kidlet wants it to be known that she always comes in to say hi as she's going to bed. I like it. I like a routine. So go to bed. Make good choices. Um, yo, guys, we got to get the energy up, yo. It's real quiet in the chat. Yo, what's going on? Let's pump it up. Let's pump up the jam. Pump it. I just made me think of that Saturday Night Live fake commercial with Chris Rock with the was it the Thanksgiving turkey that you could pump it, pump it, pump it. That's so funny. But yeah, if you guys aren't going to talk, I might just have to interview myself, and we don't need that, do we? If you look you see the John, look at that. It's kind of like when people do that pinching thing in front of the Eiffel Tower. You see on my bookshelf behind me, that is the Chris Schweitzer Johnny Carson piece that I was gifted. But our man Bill O'Donnell had that commission for me from the homie, the bull Chris Schweitzer, one of my favorite cartoonists. That was really cool. Jojo, so you can't see the chat. Are you in Facebook jail again? Well, there's a lot of. I think you might be the only one in. I think you and Fletch are the only people on Facebook. Everybody's on YouTube. So maybe you should zip over there. Yeah, right. If we're friends on Facebook, you saw that. Yo, what up, Christine? Christine brought that chaos energy the last time she was in the building. What's going on? Christine asked, Jamar, do you regift? No, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Christine, because I feel some type of way about gifts, and I know other people don't, and which could almost turn into like a compulsion. I don't really get a lot of stuff. That may seem hard to believe, but I don't know. Maybe I'm hard to shop for. Maybe people think I'm one of those people that has it all. It's entirely not true. But if somebody gives me something, I'm going to really cherish it. So it's hard for me to like, I would never just go, "Oh, thanks," and then put it in a re-gift pile and give it to somebody else. I don't think I've ever done that. I may have given things away or like tucked things away and handed it off to somebody else, but I wouldn't consider that a re-gift. Like I wasn't pawning it off as something that it wasn't, if that makes sense. Do you re-gift? Oh, thanks. That candle. I thought I gave you that. Oh, no, it's the same. It's the same one, different one. El Jamal's looking in the background. Jamal wants to know what pops are are up up. I can't do her up there. I have a very small Funko Pops collection. I have a lot of you guys know I'm a wrestling fan. I have Doctor of Thugonomics, John Cena. I have this is one of my favorite. Invisible John Cena is the see through because you can't see him. And also over there there's two twofers. There's Salt and Pepper and there's Kid and Play. I'm a big fan of Black Pops. Oh, Jim, thank you so much. Yo, let's get a sipper up, guys. Put your sippers up for our man Jim Luhan. Sip of coffee for Jim Luhan. Jim's one of my favorite animators. Jim, you got stuff bubbling right now, don't you? Tell us about it. Fletch says, I played D&D via Zoom that night with three other married guys, and none of us were doing things for V-Day with our respective wives. I find that surprising. Is that surprising because you're over it? Without getting too deep into this is a commercial holiday, blah blah blah. We talked about that last week. Is it just kind of like maintenance stuff? Like, okay, here's your flowers. I'm gonna go watch Suicide Squad now, or just because this thing exists doesn't mean you have to participate in it. That's a very interesting question. That's wild. Jojo with the YT. PYT. Pretty you too. Christine says, so when are you going to invite me to speak? Like as a guest? Coffee Bear for JN's just for me, boo boo. You can co-star with me like right now, but I don't do split screens on coffee break. I have other things for that. But let's talk. I might have something for you. Christine says, yes, I do regift. Well, I did in the past. Dun dun dun. And I have the best regift story. Is that something you want to share with us tonight? El Jamal says, I was at Target tonight and saw Chili from TLC. No word. Now I want to get that set. Was she working there? Yo, no cap. What's up with Chili? Yo, TLC was where it's at. They do have that TLC Funko Pop set. And I'm not, I'm still learning about Funko World at some of the last bigger comic book conventions. I think it might have been like the last New York I was at. Funko had a giant area. It wasn't even called a booth. It was kind of like a showroom. And they had the stanchions. They had like the ropes around this, and there was a line that was just like inside itself. And they had like this touch screen that had like these exclusive pops that I guess you could buy inside the store. It's crazy. Sorry, I got the coffees. But yeah, TLC. Ooh, on a TLC tip. TLC, I think, in a weird way, I think TLC does not get enough credit. I think it's some way, even though they have nothing to do with each other, I think Destiny's Child outshone TLC, but TLC has a very specific mark in history. El Jamal says there are two TLC Funko Pop sets. This chili was from the newer second set. Oh, you saw chili? I thought you like saw chili from TLC in Target, not the pop. I guess it's one of those things where you just don't want to get one because then you got to go on a goose hunt for the other two, so you just don't break the seal and don't get any. Right? How about you guys? For you collectors out there, that's my Morgan Freeman from what was that? Bone Collector. This one's a collector. Do any of you guys go scouting? Meaning, if you're a toy nut, do you find reasons to go to Target just so you can walk up and down the toy aisle, or are you all like internet shoppers? Or it doesn't have to be toys, right? Like you collect, I don't know, decorative plates or spoons or bells or whatever, or Hallmark ornaments. Like, tell me your shopping patterns. Like, do you get the catalog and you like mark it all up and you kind of. One of my favorite things is my buddy Muse called this the what do you call it, the geek sheet or the nerd list? I forget. It's and I don't have one. I had one at one time. It's a little card or a little something you keep on your person that has items you're looking for. Like, say, if you're a big comic book dork, you might have a bunch of special issues you're looking for, just in case you're in a weird town and they have a comic book store and you go in and you gotta like, and the worst thing is when you're digging through the crates and you pick a John up and you're like, do I have this? I'll put it back. And then you get home, you're like, damn it, I should have bought it. Yo, Christine Spicy. Don't get canceled out here in these streets. El Jamal says, I only want left eye. Who doesn't? Jim Lahan says, would you ever consider doing the Marie Kondo thing, minimalism? Everything you touch should bring you joy. Um, I have been minimalizing lately. Like I've been purging a lot. And it may seem like it's like drips and drabs. It's kind of like I don't need to like sit on the floor with a spoon in a bowl and feel at peace. But I think it's easy to say when you have too much stuff. And maybe that litmus test can be you have no place to put things. I have this thing, no place to put it. So rather than Jamal, you're gonna kill me. Rather than buying more shelves, because I just don't have the space, maybe something needs to go. And the scary thing about that, Jim, is when that happens, say I get rid of something or I give something out, I don't miss it. So that really says something. You know what I mean? At the moment, it felt good to give it away or give it to somebody or whatever, but then I don't miss it. So, I know a lot of people, they wind up purging when they have to move, or maybe your girl kicked you out and you got to midnight move it or whatever your thing is. But sometimes you can only take only a little bit. So you have to kind of figure out what those items are. Um, So let's do this. This will be our little play along session for coffee break. And this might sound morbid, but I guess you could call it the desert island thing. If you had to leave right now and you could take three things with you, and not like your cat and your husband, name me three items that you could not leave behind or you couldn't live without. Yeah, Jerry. Like we just killing people in the streets, yo. Yo, Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Good to see you. El Jamal says, I was actually at Target to get cucumbers and ended up buying He-Man and Skeletor for the new Netflix series and cucumbers. Well, at least you didn't forget the cucumbers, because I'm sure you going on missions and you come home and you're like, shit. Mama Carla collects cows. That's really cool. Are they like? Do you like the? How about like the half and half cows, like the creamer cows, or just ceramic cows? I'm interested in that. Miguel, what up, Miguel? Miguel says should have one list. I've bought doubles of lots of books. Yeah, and it's just like you're out and you're just like, oh, yo, let me go check out this spot. Oh, wow, I totally don't remember what I. So there's a lot of people I know that have apps, or they call, I guess they call them collector apps. It takes a long time to register. What's the word? It's not register. Kind of like input all of your things, whatever that is. So say you have a giant comic book collection, to go through all that stuff and tick off what you have and don't have could take months, and sometimes you just lose the steam. But also it's kind of cool to with a lot of those apps. There's a one app brand that I know called Collectors with a Z, and they have a music database, they have a video game database, they have a comic book database, and I think like a movie or DVD or Blu-ray database. So if you're into any of those things, you can enter your collection. Like it's cool because you could they have one thing where you can just scan barcodes. So say if you're into DVDs, yo, you like CDs? So you could be in the CDs and you could and you can just use your phone and boop boop the barcode and it'll just enter all the information. Dave Matthews Band, US release 1990s, whatever, and put it back on the shelf and it'll give you like the prices for things or if there's inflation on the thing you're into. I think it's worth looking into. And then you could also do a wish list. So when you're at the comic book shop and you're like, oh yeah, I need this. Yeah, bruh. It's always time to buy more shelves. So Paul Pate. So people are doing their three items. Paul Pate would bring his iPad, his iMac, and your Cowboys jersey. Don't come to Philly with that Cowboys jersey, bro. Jim Luhan says he would bring his laptop, his iPad, and his full collection of solid gold diamond encrusted Fabergé eggs. Yes, I knew I liked you for a reason. You can't leave home without your Fabergé eggs, bro. That's right. It's just an assumption that you have slots for your family member. Christine says, "What I've written, created, and cat whiskers. Do you keep them in like a silken pouch? I'd like to know how that works." Hello, 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 hello. Well, hello, Trey. You know what? Sip of coffee for the boy, Trey. That's a Philly salute. Yo, sip of coffee for the boy. What's up, Trey? I'm about to do an ID in your honor. Jared, notebook, hand crank record player, and LP collection. You collect wax. You got vinyl. You got vinyls. Mama Carla says stuffed cows, ceramic holders, mostly things that can be handled. Yo, facts. Paul Pate says, I just gave you my list as if my house was burning down. Now that I've had time to contemplate, it wouldn't change. You wouldn't take your electric football? Yes, you have electricity. See, that's guys are always good at these games because you ask pertinent questions. Mr. Neil, hello, sir. Welcome to group. You know what group is. Group is where the groupies congregate. You know the groupies. Caffeine name for coffee break with Jay and regulars. C coming to group. Who's buzzing me? Good to see you, Andrew. Andrew, play along. If you could grab three things, come on, bro. Y'all trying to blow me up while I'm live. Yo, the on air button's on, yo. Keep it in your pocket. Um, Trying to throw me off, man. I don't like it. Yes, you have electricity. Oh, so Andrew, yeah. So we're playing this game. If you had to say there's a hurricane or I don't know, Gohira is coming and you can grab three things to take with you. Let's just assume your family's safe and the cat and all that stuff. But now you going in to get what? What are you grabbing? Fletch says, I use Salesy Comics app. See, yeah, to track my comics, but I made my own Microsoft Access database from scratch to organize all my music, LPs, cassettes. That's like nice and smooth. Get the album, single, CD, and tape. Jardis says, I don't collect vinyl, but I'm assuming I have no electricity. No, you have electricity. Yeah, this isn't. Oh man, the coffee just caught up to me. It's been a long week, y'all. Let's do an ID. You're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Jamar Nicholas is my government, but I go by many names. Some call me Maurice Rent Rent. Some call me your friendly neighborhood Grand Poobah of indie comics. Some have called me, I didn't say this, some have called me a comic book vanguard. I'll leave that for you to untangle. Johnny Carson, and my favorite for the longest time. Jerry Kraft, did you make this one up? No, wait a minute. Jerry, you did. I think you did Johnny Carson, didn't you? I can't remember. John Luc Picard, Engage. What is going on in this Mickey Ficky? You get to watch cartoonists. That's right, I'm a cartoonist too. Jamar Nicholas, drink this coffee out of the official coffee break with JN. Is it Thursday yet? Mug. JRD, tell them how they can cop that. You get to watch me drink coffee, run my mouth. Tell them, Trey. And when I'm out of coffee, video over. While we're at it, let's give a shout. Let's give a GLO. I got two. I got two crawls for GLO. Good looking out to my Patreon supporters at the $2 level. I put their faces on the screen every week to show my support and my love for them. I got so much love, so many hearts. My heart chakra is filled. I gotta do two. I got a part two, y'all. Thank you so much. And if you're interested in what happens in Patreon land, you can go check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ Jamar Nicholas. And also, one more thing with the mailing list, let me put the John up there. If you boop the John up, this is bad. There you go. If you can boop the John up there with your camera phone and go directly to my mailing list. We live in the future, y'all. All right, let me clear all this stuff off. Video over. That's my favorite thing that Trey does. Video over. Oh wait, hold on. JRD said he's gonna get his electricity, his laptop, his Nas albums, the notebook. Yo, I got a cop Illmatic, yo. Carla says, my three things: kids' baby pictures, a radio, and my journal. Yeah. True. Computer, original art, secret sack of gold. Christine says, you need a really cool intro. You don't like my intros? I got the coffee break, the big black John. Pause. And some background music, got that, and leads in and out of your coffee break. Well, part of the fun about how coffee break ends is that it ends abruptly. When I'm out of coffee, video over. I'm not playing this out, keyboard cat. But thank you for that. I have been trying to do some improvements. Um, we did the big black coffee break join last time, and people were like, "Yo, where's Running Leon?" So I had to put Running Leon back. I listened to you, dear caffeines. And if you don't know what the caffeines are, where's Suze? Where's Suze at? You know who the caffeines are, y'all. Friends and regulars, not decaf. Of Coffee Break with JN. Well, hello. Well, hello. Um, so there's a lot of information going on in here. Let me just see. Y'all got to stop blowing me up while I'm on air. Just hold it, y'all. Coffee check. All right, my man. It's time for reverse Drake. I got so many bars, y'all. How do we do this? You know what? I was at. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me do it. I gotta clear you off the screen, my man. Hold on a second. So you know what that means? Started from the top. That's reverse Drake. Started from the top. Now we here. All right, you ready? Oh no, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. There you go. All right, this is where we at. And I put an extra level in there too, because this is a tall boy. This isn't Thursday yet, John. So, I had to do there. I had to do that for you. So let's see what else is going on in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. I guess I should just go home now. Um, but yeah, like I said, we try to keep this interesting every week. I try to add things. I don't want this to turn into like a sideshow where I have like knee cymbals and a accordion and all this kind of shit. I want to keep it streamlined, right? And engage. Some of our best episodes is when everybody's pumping in the chat and people are just really into it and people are talking amongst themselves and the energy's good. Sometimes I feel like the episodes crawl a little bit where I'm just kind of talking and people are kind of listening. Um, so let's see, what are we doing here? Paul Pate says, in my BC Boys voice, yo, what you drinking, man? It's kind of hard to do that dance. Can't call the name of that dance anymore. It's critical. I am back to my old man coffee. Sip of coffee for old man coffee. My old timer is in the room. When I have to pull out my 8 o'clock coffee blend, that's my joint right there. That's the joint. I love 8 o'clock coffee. I like Folgers, just a straw cup of Maxwell House. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't know. I draw the line. I'm not musical like that. I don't play instruments. Um, pause. I do like both of them, but I do enjoy 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's my old man blend. Oh yeah, I'll accept coffee gifts. Yeah. Right now I'm rocking real heavy with the Keurig. I know Keurigs aren't the best thing for the environment. Yada yada yada. And I do have a French press. I haven't used my French press in so long. I do enjoy a nice French press. Pause. But yeah, I do enjoy things like that. But you don't have to get me anything, Christine. Your love and devotion is all I need. Yo, I just saw this TikTok where this dude was walking through a parking lot with a shopping cart, and this woman comes up to him and was like, yeah, yeah, if you're done with that, I'll take that." And the dude was like, "Yeah, you got a quarter?" And she, and she was like, no." He's just like, "Bro, you can't don't come up to the Aldi if you don't have a quarter to get your shopping cart out of the shopping cart jail. You know how this works. If you've never been to Aldi before, or any type of, I don't know. Are there, if you guys have an Aldi in your town, do you have to put a quarter into the shopping cart to make it release? Let's talk about that. Ooh, a wrap. Nice. I do. Well, you know what? I like scarves. Yo, what up, Ben? What up, magnificent comic book illustrator and old buddy of mine, Ben Harvey? Ben says, "Yo, you still adding scissors to your cup? That doesn't sound right, bro. You're trying to get me canceled." No, I don't. I don't put syrups. That's an inside joke with Ben and I. Serps in all of my coffee. I try to make the flavored coffees or like cafe au laits or things like that with a head on them. Pause. Very intermittently. The closest thing I'll get to, and I still don't put extra stuff in it, is you guys know what I drink: oat milk lattes. No sugar, no extra show business in there. Just is what it is. I like green. It's my favorite color. Leon green. uh, Jared D says about Aldi, yeah, it's a quarter. That's true. El Jamal says in Canada it's $1, a loony. I got five. Oh, that's the loonies. Get it? At Walmart and grocery. Wow, so all of the shopping centers in Canada, you gotta put a quarter in to get your card out. Huh? Yo, that sounds amazing, Christine. You hooking it up. I appreciate you. JRD says apparently Aldi was founded by two brothers, and then oh, come on, well, y'all killing me. Can we just keep this out of coffee break? I don't even want to finish reading that. Come on, y'all. I can't have. We can't have. That's why we can't have nice things. Mama Carla says, "I'm digging this maple bourbon blend from Bowl and Basket." Yo, that sounds fancy. That's pinky out. I like it. Um, and JRD, I'm sure you mean well, but I don't want to read about Nazis while I'm enjoying my coffee. Um, Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Paul Pate says, "Aren't you guys ever enthused by how I remember all this stuff and have nicknames and tags and intros for almost everybody on Coffee Break, all the caffeines? I say it, Fletch, what up, Fletch? Yo, it's Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Notorious GRD. JoJo's in the house. Yizzer Nizar. Yo, where's my roses? Paul Pate says, pro tip, I get this reusable cup for the Keurig. Bought some filters. Now I put ground beans in there and fire it up. Huh? You might have to send me that. I'm interested. Now, it's not like I don't brew. Well, I don't brew a pot of coffee at home because I just don't want to. Um, I mean, I drink enough of it, but I think if I just had a pot of coffee laying around, I drink way more coffee than I need to. So I don't know. Maybe we should talk about that. um, yeah, that's crazy. so, I didn't really get a lot of purchase on that Valentine's Day stuff. Maybe it's a sore subject. Maybe I don't want to really talk about that. So, what's next on the Target circular calendar? JRD says, facts, JN, facts. I drank so much coffee because I would brew a whole pot. Yeah, I'm afraid of that because I would drink it. But when you drink so much coffee, like your head feels like the trash compactor scene in Star Wars. It's just like, yo, let's talk about that. Andrew says, I just drink caffeinated fizzy waters. What's your favorite seltzer? Christine, what's your favorite seltzer flavor? Um, I like the polar joints because they got the ill flavors. Like I think I copped like the ponies, like these little like kind of like half size cans, and one was called like fairy tears or unicorn kisses. No, I think it was like gossamer kisses or some shit like that. They got the crazy flavors, and I like Spindrift, that's another one that we've been getting a lot of. They have like a Arnold Palmer like half iced tea, half lemonade joint, and it's fizzy, which kind of messes it up. You just almost feels like you should be drinking an iced tea. Easter, oh wow. Um, Christine said lobster rolls on Valentine's Day, delicious. Yo, real rap. I'm a Pisces. Yo, it's almost Pisces season. Yo, lick a shot. Bo, 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 bo. It's seafood time, bro. You know, we go to Baltimore. You know, we got to light it up, fam. Crab cakes for everybody. But, you know, my man Kenny Bunkport. We haven't seen Kenny in a while. But Kenny came through. We went to Maine a couple of years ago for vacation. I ate a lot of lobster rolls. And we're somewhere in Maine. I don't know if this is just a Maine thing. Where you went to this one place, it was just a straight lobster shack. And they had on the menu the twins. I was like, yeah, let me get the twins. I was smiling like a Cheshire cat the whole week. And I was having so much fun. I didn't even recognize the racism. I just was like, yo, is it time to eat again? Is it dinner yet? I was on my Hobbit shit. I was like, second breakfast, 11 C's, supper, dinner, yo. But so I ordered the twins, right? So out on a tray comes two lobsters with an ear of corn and a potato in the middle of it. I was like Birdman gift. Yeah, I couldn't stand it. So good. Oh, but even I believe the McDonald's out there had lobster rolls. It was crazy. Now, let me see what else I missed. Jardy says I would plan on saving most for iced coffee throughout the week. Instead, it would be all going in a couple hours. Yeah. Jardy. Oh, they have those at the supermarket. They're like in a kind of like the fizzy water, like the tall boy bottle. I drink sparkling ice. That's how you say the Philly ice. Sparkling ice. Ginger lime flavor, but it doesn't have caffeine. In the summer, I would make. We used to call it sexy water. It's basically like spa water. You could get like like the Deer Park 3 gallon jugs, not the no 3 quart jugs. I think that's what it is. You almost has like a handle inside the grip of the bottle, and you fill that with fruit and like you shave some fresh ginger in there, and like sugar, 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 and just keep that in the fridge. Yo, that's delicious, yo. Andrew says highball for caffeine, Waterloo for not. Okay. We might have to do a seltzer exchange. Mama Carla says, I love the sparkling ice, J. Robert. Yo, facts. Christine says, the maniacs, I get it. Lobster shacks are abundant and it's so good. Do you go swimming there? Nah. Did you freeze when it was summer after you went swimming? Nah, I ain't go swimming. But it was beautiful. I had some really great pictures from there. Oh, okay. Here we go. Where's July at? I need July in this chat. There's a lot of Southerners down here. So let's go. All right, you guys. Which seafood is better? Thank you, Christine. Which seafood is better? Maryland, New England, or is it Maine, New England? All right, we'll just go with it. Maryland, New England, or Maine. So Maryland is 1, New England is 2, and Maine is 3. Let's see what you do. Oh, yo, can we add South Carolina? I had some bomb ass seafood at Myrtle Beach. So all right, let's try it again. We'll throw South Carolina in there. All right, let's try it. So Maryland, I gotta look at you. I gotta look at this again, Christine. I can't. All right, Maryland is 1, New England is 2, Maine is 3, and South Carolina is 4. Best seafood, go. Let's see those numbers in the chat. Or maybe some of you guys don't like seafood. JRD says shrimp and crabs, which honestly sounds like an old high school weekend. Meh. All right, El Jamal comes in with Maryland. Crab cakes in the building. And I guess almost every. Do you think everyone is known for something? I feel like Boston's more known for crabs, right? And Maryland, I guess crab, but like crab. I think of crab cake when I think of Maryland, and when I think of Boston, I think of like crab legs. Well, JRD brought up South Carolina, so of course you said four. Um, I kind of think of in South Carolina, I think of like oysters and things like that. Anybody else? Y'all ain't giving me much. All right, everybody checked out. That's cool. But yeah, it's Pisces. It's almost Pisces season, y'all. I'm real excited. We're gonna get busy. Maybe get a boil going. Yo, E, what up, E? E says, given a choice of South Carolina, I mean, Maryland crab cakes are great, but I'm not a big fan of Old Bay. I don't know. I kind of rides with Old Bay, but I feel you. Like Baltimore is like heavy. Well, Old Bay, but Old Bay on everything. Yo, Marshall, what up, Marshall? Good to see you, bro. South Carolina. South Carolina seems to be winning this. Fletch says, John, you're Fletch. Fletch says, not a big seafood eater, but fresh caught cod off the coast of Newfoundland. Yo, Pinky's out was to die for. Christine says, crabs hand down Maryland, lobster Maine, Boston area is so good for wicked clam chowder and a lot of other shellfish. In South Carolina, I'm not as familiar with the seafood there. Trey loves some crab cakes, fam. I feel you. JRD says, I used to go crabbing. Yeah, we did that in high school. uh, I used to go crabbing 2 blocks from my house with the remnants from the chicken legs the night before and would eat so good. Crabs love chicken bone. Yo, that's wicked. Mama Carla, allergic to shellfish. We keep you away from the shellfish. Trey says, I love seafood, anything. Yo, facts. Yo, that's gonna be the coffee break meetup. We're gonna do a clam bake or we throw the craft paper on the table and just dump those crabs, bro. Yo. All right, hold on. New Orleans, shrimp po' boy. Discuss. Yeah. Shrimp and grits is that's home base right there. I don't know. That's fun. Yo, you like tilapia? I like the trout out the rivers. River trout. El Jamal says, if you're in Durham, see, I said it right because I'm from North Carolina. Durham, hit up Salt Box Seafood Joint and tell Chef Ricky Jamal sent you. I love it. Yo, Chef Ricky. Yo, Jamal sent me. Yo, I got you, fam. What kind of haircut you want? Yo, you ever see SpongeBob? Say no more. Lobster bisque, shrimp, shrimp garlic, shrimp cheese, shrimp conch. I can't get down with conch. I think you got me there. Andrew says second is salt box. Yo, you about yo, it's off the chain. We getting in the sprinter. We go in the salt box. She crab soup. What's that about? Yo, y'all making me hungry, bro. This is not even fair. That's ridiculous. Because as you know, in coffee break, everything comes back to food, right? But it's funny. Like, out of all of you guys that like seafood, are you the only person that likes seafood in your crew? Because seafood is such a sometimes food with me. Because nobody around me loves seafood like me, and I have to like go on a mission to go get some seafood. I guess maybe even the outlier is like sushi, but I kind of feel like it's not exactly the same thing. It is, but it isn't, if that makes sense. Or you just try to get in where you fit in, like, oh, they have clam chowder at this place. I'll just get that. or a lot of times I'll have a flounder hoagie instead of a cheesesteak. You know what I'm saying? So I'll try to. I think, and I've said this. Said this a long time ago. I could easily just eat seafood and like give up meat. But what kind of Tarian is that when you only eat fish? Is that a thing? JRD says she crab soup is a cream soup with sherry, crab meat, and then hit at the end with the crab roe. Bam! I love it. Trace says I'm in the South South, so everyone loves seafood. Facts. Yo, I'm with it. I gotta come see y'all anyway. Yeah, we're gonna get busy. Andrew says I'm not big on seafood, but I can get down with a trout. My wife will eat anything that you ever thought of the ocean. JRD says my wife loves lobster, also scrimps. Scrimps. Not a fan of fish or bivalves. I love shrimp when cooked right. Fish, pretty much anything from the ocean. Pescatarian, yes. Yes, yes. Look at you, smarties. My mom is a pescatarian, so when she's around, we have more seafood than usual. Yo, they got the they got the boil spot. They all of a sudden all of these seafood joints have opened up around Philly, and there's one place with the where you get the bag boil, like you order like what kind of seafood you want, and then you can kind of click on you want the corn, the corn cobs, you want potatoes, you want sausage, and then it asks you what kind of sauce you want in there, and then they take it out back and drop the elbow on it, and it comes back in a plastic trash bag, and you get picking gloves. They're not like latex gloves. They're kind of like I don't know lunch lady gloves. They're just like these really flat plastic, almost like mittens, and you just kind of put these on, and you just ugh. Yo, I can't wait because my birthday's coming up, y'all. And what I love for my birthday is I like to have a seafood feast on my birthday. You know about that. E and Manly went out and had seafood, and we had our eating bibs on. Yo, we got it in. I love it. E says wife and daughter aren't fans of seafood, so it's just me and the boy. I grew up on seafood. Yeah, see, we went in. Yes, it's not a boil without the bib. Bell bib to bow. Now you know. Yo, Marshall says there's a spot in Wilmington that has its own fishing boat. Yo, I gotta go back to Cackalack. That sounds amazing. Eating bibs. Yeah, I think it's time to go home again. We gotta go back down south. We're gonna eat lovely. They're gonna have to roll me out of there. That sounds so good. All right, you guys, gonna wrap this up. This was fun. We just talked about seafood. Matt, yo, what? Did y'all just wake up? Did y'all take a after work nap and you just woke up? Oh shit. We missed coffee break. Yo, you about to miss group, y'all. I was about to wrap it up on my last sip. Yes, let's give a sip of for the Waringo dynasty. Day one's up in here. What's up, you two? Oh yeah. You know what it is, bro. I couldn't get through coffee break without this. Perfect. Perf- Perfection. What are you guys up to? Yo, y'all are mad late, yo. So, all right, Susan, Matt, you gotta tell us what's your best seafood dish. What do you love to eat, seafood related? JRD says my favorite place in Charleston was a buffet of barbecue and seafood. If it's still there, I can't know, or I'll gain 200 pounds. Oh, here's something, you guys. Maybe I'm bougie. I'm sure people think I'm bougie anyway. I won't stop them. I can't get down buffets anymore. I can't. I just can't eat like that anymore. Ooh, shrimp and grits. Yo, when y'all come to town, I got a spot for you. This place that I go to in town was just on Guy Fieri. And yo, if anybody ever goes to a spot where diner drive-throughs and dives or whatever that shit's called, they come through. They always put on their stuff that you ain't never seen anybody eat in a restaurant. That's real rap. Sue says I make some mean crab enchiladas, but I love steamed clams and oysters. What about did I just say it was what is it? Is it clams? Is it what are the three things? Clams, there's oysters, and there's something else, right? I'm blanking out. Like you order either in a red or a white sauce, and the jaws come like kind of open, and if it's closed, you don't eat it because it means they're not good. And then you pick the jaw out the middle. No, not scallops, but I do like scallops. What is this shit? Damn. Trey was like crab enchilada sounds so good. Sue says there's a place on the waterfront in Boston that we went to for lobsters and crab legs. It was legendary. Mussels, yes, mussels. Thank you. I love mussels. I love mussels in like a white wine reduction. Yo, thank you. Yo, we were in this is bougie the bougie minute. We were in Paris and we found some Belgian spot that had the beer was big, the mussels was big, it was banging, yo. I went there twice in the same week. They were like, "Oh, this guy again." I was like, "Ah, yo, thank you, you guys. That's my fact checkers in the building. Appreciate y'all." As they say, the correct way to eat mussels is you cannibalize one of the shells and then you kind of use that as the grabber while you're eating the rest of it. Yo, garlic, ginger, lemongrass, mussels, and white wine butter sauce. Yep. To say that like JC. Yep. Yeah, bro. You know what? And that's what is it? As the kids say, ball is life. Food is life, right? That's how we get down on coffee break with JN. And you know what? This is also a thing. I think this is old folks' business, is what we're talking about here. Is that old folks like us? That's right, you gray beards, and you know how we get down. Enjoy a good meal. The older you get, the less you really want to rock with Wendy's. No cap. Sometimes like in the clutch, it's like, all right, I ain't trying to run for the border too much. That's 20-year-old food, man. I can't mess with that. But if you sit down in a place and they bring out a nice dish or something where they hit it with the, you know what I'm saying, and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm paying for, and it's delicious. Christine says, Do you eat everything in the lobster? Do you eat the green? No, I'm kind of a punk about seafood. I'm not adept enough in how to crack a lobster. Usually, if I go, because like I've rolled with a bunch of New Englanders, if I'm out in the mix and there's lobsters, I'll just say like, "Yo, can you get that for me?" Like, "Yeah, Jamar, I got you." Thanks, and they just throw the husks to the corner. I'll let somebody happily crack that open for me. And even with crabs, like I'm kind of like a crab legs guy. I'm not exactly a whole crab person. I've rolled with some Maryland types. I'm not going to give up anybody's tapes where we ate till like our eyes were watering. And it was one of those, picnic benches with the craft paper, and the lady shows up with the bushel and she just goes whoosh, and the crabs come out, and there's like corn and there's all, oh my god, and they're just like, it's like, this is Maryland stuff. It's like surgery. They're like, got the little knife. That's way too much work for me. I'd rather just have some crab legs, and I know people feel like crab legs is a lot. Where you got your nutcrackers, pause, got your hammer, you got your tools. Sometimes you got your picker, and I could get busy with crab legs all night. That's right. Old groupies unite. Yeah, so that's like the tamale of the lobster is like the vein and shrimp. It's the digestive tract. And what about they say in the crab? What they call it, the dead man fingers or whatever? Like I'm not trying to do all of that, bro. Sue says I would really like to go to a good crab leg place, yo. Um, I think I like King. Right, Dungeon Nest is the one that's got all the like the talons on it, right? Yo, we're getting late, yo. I gotta get out of here. Susan, Matt, y'all got to catch the replay. I got to go back to the drawing board. So we're going to get out of here. I don't know where the time goes. It's already 1:12. Yeah. See, I know what I'm talking about. Don't eat those. That's a great t-shirt. Dead man figure, don't eat those. Suze, tell them what to do. Tell them to say their goodbyes now, y'all. Because when I'm done, it's done. You guys, this was fun. I don't know where the time goes. JRD is the Alton Brown of Coffee Break. It was the science behind food. And while I'm saying goodbye, I'm going to put my booper up there. This booper right here is to my mailing list. Use your camera phone, boop that, and sign up for my mailing list. I'm in the middle of once I get 100 subs, I'm going to do my first email blast, and I have some remarked. I don't have a lot left. Where is it? I'm not even going to show you. You just got to look for it. I have some remarked Jamar Chronicles #1. That could be yours, but you're only going to get it through the mailing list. So keep an eyes open. Keep an eyes open. Keep your eyes open for that. All right, say good nights now, y'all. This was fun, you guys. The time just melts away. A quick thing for next week. Pencil to Pencil will be back. We're going to be talking to my best bud, Jim Rugg. Jim Rugg is one of my favorite cartoonists. Street Angel is one of my favorite happy places. Also, Jim is a co-host of Cartoonist Kayfabe, my favorite comic book YouTube channel. Jim and Ed Piskor host that. It's a fantastic program. I think it is Cartoonist Kayfabe and Comic Tropes. My man Chris Pierce, who comes through Coffee Break once in a while, does such a fantastic job. We're going to have Jim on. He's going to talk about his career and also about his new project, Hulk Grand Design, that he's doing for Marvel. Very excited. So, and then we'll be back with Coffee Break, God willing. And I'll see you guys in the funny pages. Make sure you sign up for the mailing list or the Patreon. You know what to do. All right, let's go home. You've been watching Coffee Break with JN, with your boy JN, the Black Dick Cavett, Captain Scholastic, Kevin Scrapple, because bacon was taken, the black dusty roads in your internet safe space. Well, hello. We got to hang out with my caffees. You know who you are. Tell them, Sue's friends and regulars. No decaf up in this Humpty Dumpty of Coffee Break with JN. And what happened here is you got to hang out with me, cartoonist Jamar Nicholas, and you watched me drink coffee and run my mouth. Now that I'm out of coffee, tell him Trey. Video over.